Join us Friday, November 19th from 8 to midnight as Red Radio Productions South and the Cannery Bar and Grill presents a cult classic, Ex-Bastards. MERS. And Silent Trust's frontman, Andrew Koskowitz, performs solo and unplugged. Also joining us will be live painters Andrew Switzer, Greg Knoll Art, C Street Art, Scattered Roots, Red Basement Publishings, and more, with only a $10 cover at the door. See you there.
All right, well, my name is Patrick Duval. I'm a tattooer. I tattoo at Good Cat Tattoo in Gulfport. I've been tattooing for about 8 years now. And my path to tattooing, I got started kind of a weird way, non-traditionally. Just showed up at a tattoo shop, kind of bugged them every single day, getting tattoos, asking them questions, until one day one of the guys there was like, hey man, how about we just teach you how to tattoo and you can do this on your own. And kind of just started off that way, working under him for a while. Things got weird, and eventually I was self-teaching myself because there was no one else at the shop to teach me. And one thing led to another. I moved on to another shop where there was a little bit better of a foundation, a couple guys that could really show me the way and teach me what was tattooing that I looked up to, you know, good quality tattooing. Did that for a few years, and now I'm over here in Mississippi. So the tattooing process for me and the way it works is, you know, generally people will come in, show me an idea, tell me what they want to have done, and then I basically just try to grasp my mind around that concept and bring the idea to fruition. Now, as far as the style that I like tattooing the most, which is all based off of American traditional, I kind of fell into that just by duplicating tattoos or the style of tattooing that I wanted to wear on myself, or stuff that I thought looked great, and just imagery that I just found fascinating, and people that were doing that style that I really looked up to. You know, I just kind of tried to emulate that and do it the best I can. A couple interesting ones, you know, I had a guy come in that simply just wanted me to turn his nipple into a smiley face, and that's exactly what we did. And you know, there's you know, plenty of other stories that are very similar to that, but you know, nothing really kind of shocks or phases me anymore. You kind of just start taking people's ideas and rolling with them without thinking too much about it. Yeah, so where I see myself with tattooing in the future is, you know, of course, I would love to open up my own space. I think that's the kind of every tattooer's dream at one point or another. When that's going to happen, you know, there's no real game plan on that. I don't necessarily want it to be anytime soon. I think I still got a lot of things I want to conquer before I take on that task as well. So my art background, I did go to college very briefly, took some art classes, kind of dropped out of that because I didn't like the structure, the whole, you know, you have to do this now and then, and it just wasn't really working out for me. I have always been artistic. I grew up, even as a small kid, drawing little comic books and pictures of stuff, kind of drawing scenery that I saw around the house or in the backyard. So I've always had a knack for, you know, just drawing pictures and creating art. So I can be reached on Instagram at Duval Tattoo. You can check out all my portfolio there, as well as message me to set up any kind of appointments. You can also reach me at patduvaltattoo@gmail.com for inquiring about appointments. Two best ways to get in touch with me, or you can always just stop in the shop at Good Cat Tattoo.
Well, my name is Marlo Ramirez of Occult Classic, and this is my drummer,
Scott Anderson.
percussionist. And we've been around for a little bit, doing things together and separate, playing with different bands, playing in our own bands, and played with a band called Kaboom. That's where I met this guy, and from there we kind of just ventured off, started playing, little things together, and then he went his way, I went my way for a little bit, and we always kept in contact, and before you know it, we were back in each other's presence again. It seemed like for a whole year we were like just discussing a drum and bass kind of band, and we every time we see each other, it was almost just kind of like, hey, we're drunk, let's talk about this drum and bass project that we're never going to start. And then finally we had a little downtime last year, and we actually just decided to do it, and it took off pretty quickly. We got a good feeling from each other, and it just started something good. Occult Classic. 10 More Years was written by my brother Cody back in like 1998. Whenever we formed a band, I was writing a lot of music, and he was just a lyrical assassin. And he wrote 10 More Years, and it's such a timeless song. It's the same thing over and over again. 10 more years, 10 more years, 10 more years. And it's kind of funny that even in 1998 he wrote something that's so valid in today's time. It's literally a timeless song. So I kind of put that on the shelf for a little bit, and I always thought I'd go back to it, and this seemed like a good time to do that.
Yeah, usually Marlo has all the great ideas, and then I got all the gear, so we come over here and record it.
Scott's got all the
lay
talent.
It down.
Scott has all the talent in the band,
and he lives in damn near Alabama, so we can record it and email it back and forth, which is the beautiful thing now, especially during COVID times. Right. I think a lot of music was probably written during COVID. And it did kick off a lot of original bands for sure. Yeah. Helped us out, so
I was willing to make the drive because he's that good.
As long as you have a working vehicle like me.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, we just bounce ideas off each other. It's so crazy how it just like, when it meshes, and it doesn't take much. Whenever you have somebody that, hears something, hey, play it again, do that. Maybe if we should do this or that. Before you know it, you have a song written in like 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, you're playing it for the first time, and the second time you're playing it, you're already recording it. Because we have everything right here. So
yeah, we have a lot of the same influences, and we've worked together for years and years. So yeah, it's coming fast. So hopefully it'll stay that way. No, so right now we're on Facebook, and that is it. Occult Classic. We'll soon be on other platforms. I'm sure we'll go with Spotify, even though they don't pay nobody. And once we get our music mastered and sent off to get pressed and everything else, hopefully we'll get it on vinyl, because that's just cool. It sounds cool to say you have your stuff on vinyl these days. I just want that on my wall, really, just a record with my name on it. I don't really want to listen to it or anything, because
it'll sound terrible.
Yeah, it just sounds like shit, but it's cool.
But we are, we're writing new material right now as we speak. I don't really have a definite direction of where we're taking this music. I just know that it's toe tapping and pretty rocking and sounding good to me. So hopefully, y'all like it too.
My name is Joseph Miller. I'm the owner of Gulf Media Collective. We're a multimedia agency that specializes in audio recording, mixing, and mastering, but we also do other things like photography and videography, graphic design, and web design. So when I started Gulf Media Collective, it's been rebranded 2 or 3 times throughout the years. And when I first started recording and getting into audio production, it was like most people. I feel like I was broke, couldn't pay for studio time, and I wanted to record. So I really did a deep dive and found out that I loved it. Ended up going to Full Sail for audio production, and I graduated from there in 2014. And from there, it just kind of snowballed. I still only recorded myself for about the first year, and then everybody was like, well, why don't you offer this service to other people? So I finally kind of broke out of my shell and started working with other bands locally. And that's really what kickstarted it all. And when it evolved into Gulf Media Collective, I learned that it was much more than just myself. I was working with other producers and engineers, and I wanted a place where we could all call home. And that's where Gulf Media Collective came into the picture, and we're all about collaboration, and that's kind of what we're going towards now. I'm hopefully going to be moving my studio to Ocean Springs, and in a much larger location, and it's really going to get more of the creativity and the collaboration going on that. So as far as the future of Gulf Media Collective, I really plan to do a lot of expansion in these next couple years, and especially 2022 is going to be a really awesome year for us. A lot of content is going to come out. A lot of my own content, working on solo music, working on audio production courses, and I have a podcast that's going to be hitting the market by the end of this year. So a lot of content, but as far as the physical space, like I said, I'm hoping to shift to the Ocean Springs side of things and get a really large space where we can have a lot more collaboration, especially on maybe some bigger projects. And one in particular, we don't have a name for it yet, but it's going to be basically 5 or 6 bands. We're going to get together and all write a song together, and basically record it and video that entire experience, and it's going to be super cool. You can find me online everywhere at Gulf Media Collective or Gulf Media_Joey, but on most places it's Gulf Media Collective. You can hit me up on gulfmediacollective.com. All my portfolios for my audio, photography, and videography work are online on that website, and then of course gulfmediacollective@gmail.com.
Join us Friday, November 19th from 8 to midnight as Red Radio Productions South and the Cannery Bar and Grill presents a cult classic, X-Bastards. MERS. Silent Trust's frontman, Andrew Cosgrove, performs solo and unplugged. Also joining us will be live painters Andrew Switzer, Greg Knoll Art, C Street Art, Scattered Roots, Red Basement Publishings, and more, with only a $10 cover at the door. See you there.